Lord, do you abide demons? Not one bit, sir. Not one bit. Not one bit do I abide demons. I fucking hate demons with more passion than you could even express, sir. That's the type of person I want in my army.
Now, y'all might have heard rumors about the Armada happening soon. Well, we'll be leaving a little earlier. We're going to be dropped into France dressed as civilians. Once we're in enemy territory, as a bushwhacking guerrilla army, we're going to be doing one thing and one thing only: killing Nazis.
Michael, would you care to expound upon your time in this interrogation situation that you were put in Portland? Oh my gosh. That was funny as shit. And at the same time, heartbreaking. You got this one dumb bitch, right? We saw her web. We wrote a song about it. We really did. Charlotte's in her web and crying. Um, then the time to get there happened, and then she had all the money, so she was transporting us right into I would say what she underestimated, which was, you know, like Christians did. So it was the money kind of was her comfort zone. Yeah, yeah, it was definitely, and her weakness. She's stuck in an asylum in an imaginary world that she didn't realize that, I was deployed. I'm actually really from heaven. She's not. So it was gonna go the way it was gonna go. Yeah. On top of that, yeah, please. I'm gonna roll a cigarette. That's about how much importance the father thought about her. It was more teaching me the familiar spirit, and she was in a place where spiritual warfare would be learned. It was through a black widow that had no loyalty to God and could not show any type of proof. In fact, she had an inflatable throne that she built for Satan, right? So we touched down into Portland, and the funniest way is it happened. Here's the funniest thing. She hands me this little visa. I already had a few fights with people at the hotel room. They got uppity and everything like that. And I was like, you know what? Kick me out if you can. We'll find out. We're rolling out in a broken down Honda Civic with the amount of intelligence this woman had to get us an actual working car. God stopped that really quick. Yeah. Throw him the Visa card. She looks at me. You know what? There was $400 on that card. And that's what God told me to do. I remember giving it to him, and his exact expression on his face was, I no longer want to bitch you. I just want to say thank you. So, I mean, you got to figure out between a husband and wife, the husband's moving at a certain motion. Now, I couldn't tell you about these Christian dudes that watch Alex Trindick movies and feel they're courageous. I couldn't tell you about that. I can tell you moments that a husband and God and the rest of the world will understand. I can tell you about that. Never had a wife. Not too well. But the Delta Force does not exist. It doesn't. So then we looked at it from a perspective of, all right, we want these marriages to work. Well, how is that going to happen? Unless someone dives really deep into it with the worst bitch impossible to marry, which would be Mary. So, of course, I volunteer. And that was funny because it was the usual thing you do. I still, when did I do this? When you decided to pick her out, number 23, and then I told you you were going to get married. That was the extent of my, yeah, that was the extent of my mission there. Ended up in Portland. Okay. You're walking around with the finest broad that you've ever seen in your life. On the outside. And somehow you keep getting pulled into this conversation, which is retarded. And she's saying the exact opposite of what God said. Say it with me, boys. I just want to make sure you know this. Okay, that's you. Then you get with the woman. See how you're standing up straight? Now you're talking to me, right? Alright. Now when you're talking to me, it goes more like, we're going to kill this familiar spirit.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I sure as hell didn't come down from the goddamn Smoky Mountains, cross 5,000 miles of water, fight my way through half of Sicily, and jump out of a fucking aeroplane to teach the Nazis lessons in humanity. Nazi ain't got no humanity.
The familiar spirit has no humanity, right? And then I'm looking at you this way, and then you meet a woman. Then I'm still looking at you this way. That's a familiar spirit. And I'm still looking at you this way. So then you hear it about 3 or 4 seconds later.
They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed.
Right?
That's why any and every son bitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
Right. Everybody they're okay when they're in my presence. Now, what it turns into, Lord, that's my wife. This guy is cool. And then I just sit there like this. I'm gonna have a cigarette. Sit down. My exact countenance. That was the entire mission. Eliminate the counterfeits. Call them out. I'm sure generals in World War II were probably sitting there saying, so they refused to fire and then had Thanksgiving with the enemy and then okay. Then I had to take 3 years and just be like, let's re-strategize. It's a Hitler-like fury is just rolling up in me. Because I know how to set a trap for this dumb bitch. So I'm like, okay. Okay. Alright. Then she's going to spin this way. Wait, let's watch.
One ingredient dermatologists are talking about for barrier repair, beta-glucans. Beta-glucans are like a drink of water.
Mm-hmm.
Never win first place. I don't support the team. I can't take direction, and my socks are never clean. Teachers hate me.
So then I'm like, my men have chosen a woman that is the equivalent, not of a retarded Barbie, of a demonically a pest, right? So, And then I just decided, fuck them all.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, here we go, boys. Our wives are retarded.
That's when you're a little tired.
Yeah, for real.
Hangover.
Yeah. I don't know where to go with this. Except I do. Stay in the tank.
Better than good.
Yeah. Best job I ever had. I'll stay loyal to the Lord Jesus Christ.
Don't do that. I'm gonna drink it.
I am going to do that.
I know you haven't preached. I know it. What we're doing here is a righteous act, gentlemen. You hear me, Gordo? Mm-hmm. Here's a Bible verse.
It
I
is.
think about sometimes. Many times. It goes. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send?
Send me.
Who will go for us?
Send me. Send me. And fuck that hoe.
And I said, here am I. Send me.
That's what I said.
Isaiah chapter 6.
Never know who's the man of God, huh?
That's exactly right. Wow. Here's something.
I get around. Have a drink, boys.
son. You fucking Frank Machine, ain't you?
Machine, that's it. That's his war name.
That's perfect.
I christened him Machine.
Something about having a brother. Family. Loyalty. Something about it, huh? You wouldn't know.